Hi, I'm Bob White of Bob White's Karate Studio in Costa Mesa, California. I'm here to talk to you about helping a very special group of kids. The Bob White Invitational is a karate tournament for kids that we put on every year to help support the Royal Family Kids Camp of Newport Mesa.
Hi, I'd like to express how excited I am to be involved once again with the Bob White Invitational, working with the Royal Family's Kids Group. It's been quite an honor the last few years to be involved with this organization and see the kids really benefit from this. I think it's kind of a win-win situation how Professor White has come up with the idea to raise funds for these kids through a youth tournament. The kids at the tournament get to go out and play, participate, meet new friends, build camaraderie, and network with other people. The kids from the Royal Family Group get the benefit from that and get to go to these camps where otherwise they probably would have not been able to do. The Bob White Group is unbelievably well organized, and the integrity and the output that they put to this event really says quite a bit for the whole community involved with this. The Kempo, I think, group as well that he has brought together really shows the camaraderie there and what we can do if we work as a group.
When I first heard about the Royal Kids Camp, I wasn't sure of the concept, but when I talked to Bob White and what he was doing with the karate tournament, it made a lot of sense to me because helping children is something I do every day. I teach children, I work with children, and in general, most children have good, healthy families and they're very well cared for. But the idea of helping children that are abused or have traumas in their life is just a wonderful occasion for everybody. And the kids camp and what they do in the kids camp is try to heal and bring the kids to guide them into a better life and give them a better experience and give them some rewards. And the other thing that for the Kempo community and for karate community was that when the tournament is held and it's all children taking part in the tournament, strange things happen because in most tournaments there's a bit of aggression, a bit of dispute, there's a lot of different things. But at Bob White's youth tournament in aid of the Royal Family Kids Camps, we don't have any of those issues.
I've been lucky enough to be one of the tournament directors since the very first Bob White Invitational. And I can tell you it's probably the most rewarding thing I've ever done. And it's rewarding in a couple of different ways. One is I get to work with this team and know that we're all doing something to benefit kids who so desperately need our help. If any of you have ever been to the Royal Family's website and you read some of the stories, it's absolutely heartbreaking what these kids have been through. And this camp gives them a chance to have fun and peace and safety in a protected environment, something that we take for granted but they've never been exposed to. So knowing that we're helping them is incredibly rewarding. The other part that's rewarding is knowing how it allows other people to become involved. I can tell you that our team doesn't think of this as work. Yes, it's a lot of hard work, but we think of it as an opportunity. I also have plenty of friends and family and coworkers and relatives that once they heard about this, they wanted to get involved. And the feeling that they get by knowing that they're helping us to help these kids, they have all said it's one of the most rewarding things.
I was recently in Portugal teaching, and the Portuguese instructor adopted a young son. And the young son had come from a difficult home, and he had a lot of problems. He had suffered a lot. And I explained the situation about the camp and what they were doing in America. And it brought home to this man so much about his own son and what his own son had gone through. And he established a camp very recently in Portugal, exactly on the same format as the Royal Kids Camp.
One of the things that I think is very important with this event is that these kids that wouldn't otherwise be able to participate in a camping situation like we take for granted every year for ourselves. Some of these kids have not ever seen a campground or been out to, stay in a tent or a cabin. So I think, just to think about the smiles that it would bring to their faces is really beneficial. And to me, that's one of the greatest rewards for me being involved.
Well, first of all, when you see within the Kempo community, what has happened is that schools and who normally don't coexist very well together are brought together. People I've seen over the last few years, senior qualified instructors in the Kempo community who normally wouldn't coexist with each other, but have come out and seen each other and have shown the hand of friendship, and they've realised that wherever circumstances that may have driven them apart in the past life, that this is a wonderful thing to bring them together. And the children from all different parts of Los Angeles, different parts of California, and now it's an international event. We travel to it every year to support it. And just when you see just the smiles and the children themselves, the young karate children who are participating in the event to support the Royal Kids Camp, they realise that they sense that they are contributing to supporting other children who may not have the same good fortune in their life as they have. So it's just been a blessing for everybody, and it's something that I hope will continue to flourish and grow.
The value of these kids going to camp, it's really hard to put into words. Things we take for granted, such as having an adult to help them, having their own shoes, having a bed to sleep in. We take these things for granted, but these kids have never been exposed to that. They've been beaten up, they've been abused physically and sexually and mentally in ways that you can't even comprehend. I read some of these stories and it boggles my mind that someone could treat a child like this. And then they get a chance to go to this camp. They know what it's like to be loved, to be treated with respect. It changes their life. I had the opportunity a few months back to go to the Royal Family's National Banquet, and they had some camp alumni, kids who had been abused so horribly, come and talk about their experiences. And these are kids now who are growing up, they're going to college, they're getting jobs, they're becoming productive members of society. And they traced it all back to that week or 2 weeks of fun and safety they had at the Royal Family's Kids Camp. You can't put into words what this camp means to those kids. And if just one of those kids gets the opportunity to go to camp and turns around and becomes a teacher or a police officer or a doctor or someone who gives back to society, then every single minute that we put into this tournament and all the hard work is absolutely worthwhile.
It's so easy to people are just so enthusiastic. They will do anything. The question is, what do you need? How much do you want? What can we do for you? It's actually, there's no effort involved because it's so good, it's so natural to want to help children. And so I have a great belief in what Mr. White is doing and what the Royal Family's Kids Camps are doing. And I think it's just a wonderful, wonderful event, and it makes us richer and more rewarded people.
Here's something that Senior Grandmaster Parker used to convey to us. He used to try to remind us that we should be mindful of the rewards that we get in life, and they're proportionate to the contributions that we make. And I think that goes a long way.
So as one of the directors of the tournament, it's my job to help coordinate all the activities, and the best part about that is seeing how many people want to get involved. Our school has stepped up tremendously, and so has every other school that wants to be a part of this. They judge, they help set up, they help tear down, they donate items for auction, they bring their kids to compete. And our kids have a lot of fun. For a lot of our kids, it's a tournament, but they also know that the reason that they're fighting is to help other kids. So our kids, sure, they want to win their trophies, but they also want to know that they're fighting to help other kids. You can help in a variety of different ways. Obviously, you can be a sponsor, donate money. All the money we raise goes to the kids. You can also donate goods or services. We've had people that have donated fresh fruit and T-shirts and bottled water so all our competitors get something in their gift bags. You can send good wishes, or you can help spread the word. The more people that know about this event, the more people that want to help, the more money we can raise and the more kids we can help. Get involved. You'll be happy you did. Again, all the information you need is on bobwhiteinvitational.com.
As I mentioned, the purpose of the DVD and the video is to get sponsorship and get help putting this tournament on. We have had sponsorships from children coming in and giving their allowance money, $2, all the way up to $10,000 donations. The idea, it's a team, and if everyone gets an opportunity to participate by donating and becoming sponsors to this fine event, it just gives us an opportunity to help more children. So I certainly hope that you make a decision to be involved in this team effort in helping this Royal Family event just come off very smoothly.